This is a clip from the Chris Brake Show podcast. All right, we have Dale J. Gordon on the phone. He's in Trenton, New Jersey. Where exactly are you at?
I'm on a roof at nighttime in the belly of the beast over here.
So how'd you get up there on the roof? Whose roof are you on?
We have this apartment where we have several floors, and each one has windows, and each one leads to a roof, multiple levels. There's three of them, 3 levels of roof.
So you did the fire escape
That's
thing?
kind of our front porch. We don't have a front yard or grass or sidewalk. You know.
Ooh, in the Garden State. Ooh.
The Garden State with no garden.
Oh.
I got a question for you. You're one of the best musicians I've ever heard, and I mean, I listen to your albums. Like their Beatles albums. They sound
Like their albums by real people.
Yeah, by real people, not friends of mine. And
Yeah.
why aren't you like number one? I think you're fucking incredible, and I don't understand why you're not, on charts and getting played everywhere, and why.
I used to worry about that stuff a little bit, but I've settled into the comfort of knowing that most stuff that is cool. if I can call myself that, or the music gets made, it's not a language that the majority of people speak, so you can't expect them to understand it.
Well, do you think there's anything? Because I remember one time we were talking, and you were talking about how you sent your song to some sort of like a publisher or some company that will get your song out there and placed in commercials and television, and
Several times, yeah.
Yeah, and there was.
I gave it a stab.
How'd that go?
Oh, they always had something to say about why it's not good or marketable, and they would recommend that you alter the actual songwriting, basically to encourage it to be more palatable for people. Like for the song "Private Hell," right? There's a breakdown after every verse that has humming in it, right? And one of the critiques was, I suggest that you put more lyrics on the part where the humming is, because the humming isn't moving the story forward any. This type of stuff, this constructive criticism that all the college kids learn, and debate class and critical thinking, and all of a sudden everybody who has an opinion thinks that it's right and it's good. And that's fun and all, but I'm not concerned with it.
Now
Boy, you caught me with one of the worst hangovers I've had in a year.
Oh, now you bring up
My friend's birthday was last night, and we drank Southern Comfort, and I haven't done that in a year or more. And
talking about college.
Sugar.
You went to college, and you're working.
Yeah,
and you're not really utilizing that.
What did he go? What did you go to college for?
How does that make? I want to know how that makes you feel. Because I'm similar. I went to college, and I'm not utilizing that really at all. At least not to get paid. Yeah, he was talking about these.
Finished college. I went to film school for a year.
Went to film
and then,
school.
I don't know. Let's see. I was young when I went to college.
This is getting boring here. I think I'm going to
garbage.
get down the wrong track here, Dale. I think this interview is coming to. I think I'm fucking this interview up real bad. To be honest with my listeners.
We want to talk about how you relate to women, and especially because we listen to your
Is
song.
that what you want to do?
Yeah, we listened to Belinda Belt Loosely, and then we wondered how. And then what was it, Robot Woman?
Robot Woman, which
I
was
forget.
fantastic.
Which was fantastic.
Well, thank you.
So, what happened to make you write? What was it, Belinda
Belt Loosely.
Belinda Belt Loosely. Like, what
Was
had
it
happened?
1 woman or 10 women?
Hey,
That's what
I'm asking the questions here.
My bad.
Okay, proceed, Dale.
Oh, I suppose. Let's see. I mean, that was just a typical breakup thing. That was, I had a girlfriend who lived in the area for a while, and then she moved away to Northern Jersey, and we still tried to be boyfriend and girlfriend for like a year, which involved lots of train rides and a lot of money. And then I was unceremoniously dumped like 2 or 3 days before Christmas.
Wow.
And knew I was going to be recording an album, started in February of that year. It was like 2009. But, what about it?
What
Well, part of me was like being pretty vindictive. I just wanted to like stab as much as I could at
Were you saying she's just going for the D? Like that's all that she was wanting? Like that's what I got from it. I was actually listening to it. I was like, okay, I can understand this. I can understand what I could actually understand her point, like breaking up with someone and being like, okay, I'm going to shave my legs. I'm going to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I could also understand your point too. So, I mean, were you saying like, hey, she's just going after all the D. That's why she's all up worshiping it in the sky. Like,
I want to know why the girls stopped shaving their legs.
Yeah, why do you stop
shaving your legs?
why do you stop shaving your face?
Because I like it like this.
See?
But if my girlfriend was like, it makes your face makes it itch, then
okay,
I'd probably
Dale.
cut it off.
Okay,
You know what? You know what about that? About that, ultimately, yeah, it's about how you realize after a relationship that you're not special. Basically, it's more about me not being anything special to her and just being another fling, so to speak, and
that's
she
why
will
she didn't
do
shave
all
her
the
legs?
same things that were once gestures of kindness or for me as an individual, but ultimately there's going to be 15 other guys afterwards, and
okay.
yeah, it's more about that.
I get you. So shaving your legs is a kindness thing? Is that?
Hold on,
Not
let's
a kindness
pause.
thing. No, it's just what makes. Well, you know what else? A lot of times in relationships, girls beforehand they take care of themselves, so to speak, and they take all the precautions to make themselves pretty because they're back on the prowl,
But
out
do
on
they?
the prowl.
Okay.
And then when you settle into a relationship, all of a sudden, they'll just like let you know, like, oh, I haven't shaved my legs in a week.
But
And you're like,
but
okay,
can't you
that's
also
cool,
see
'cause we're in a relationship.
But can't
it's
you also
different when
see
you're
that
not.
as okay? I'm really comfortable with you. Like I'm not. You love me for who I am. Like, does she have to shave her legs? I mean, I wouldn't care if you didn't shave your face, or your chest, or your shoulders, or whatever.
What about the vagina, as he says?
Yeah,
What?
Dale. So you're going to see her on a train, and you're saying that after you take this train trip to see her, she's unshaven and unkempt and just
Smells like shit, hairy armpits. Like,
man, that's not cool. Is that what we're seeing here, or is that?
No.
I don't particularly like any of the contrived grooming habits that are accepted by our society or encouraged. Like I grow a beard and then I shave it off. I've never attempted to line it up with this
You've never made it into a heart.
and all that. And
Sarah, have you made it into?
But then again, I'm
not.
crazy.
Talking about
I
his
don't
beard.
know.
All right, Dale. One thing I want to ask you that I hear about, and I've never looked this up, but in I believe it's Private Hell, you're talking about a McDonald's being built over a burial site.
Don't let them build a McDonald's over me.
Yeah, is that true? Like, what are you? We have expert Dale J. Gordon on McDonald's building corporations over. Yeah, tell me about that, please.
No, it was just a glimpse into the idea that whenever the author of that song, let's say, whoever's the narrator, and it's not always from my point of view, but if they're going to live a life full of experience and all this stuff, and then get buried ceremoniously and have a tombstone, well, it's in 300 years or so, it could be just the future spot of a McDonald's or a Walmart. So it's really just about them not being special, and
I thought that there was actually a case about
right
that.
right now, I feel about as useless as a 25-cent Slim Jim wrapper.
Well, that shouldn't be. Why
The
is
wrapper
that?
or the Slim Jim? Because those are pretty useful.
The wrapper.
itself.
Wrapper. That's
Useful.
pretty useless.
What do you use?
Don't
a Slim
feel that
Jim
way.
for, Sarah?
What'd you say? What did you say?
You could find uses of a Slim
I
Jim
mean, you
wrapper.
could lick it. I don't know. You could keep it in the car with you.
Sexy Sarah getting dirty over here.
It's not
All right,
true.
so licking a Slim Jim with Dale J. Gordon. One thing I liked about that album, Digital Wiccan, is the cover art. Like, not the cover art, but just the actual packaging. If there's any reason to not illegally download a CD, it'd be to get a copy of the album like Digital Wiccan.
It's handmade cover art.
Yeah, and I mean, and obviously they're personalized, but it was a book, It was like a full-size book with
With a Ouija board.
Yeah, poetry, and there was
The Ouija board and illustrations by my friend Stampy. Yeah.
I liked
Oh, well,
that.
that was that's when I was coming to terms with the fact that people really weren't buying CDs anymore. Like there was a real drop off, and I was like, well, why make a CD? And then I thought, well, if you make it collectible, maybe there's a better chance that they'll actually want it. And so that did work, I think.
Now, why don't you change your songs? I mean, don't you want to be like rich and get played on the radio and get famous and get recognition? I'm serious here, because that's what I'm thinking. Like, why not?
You want to be rich and get played on the
If
radio?
a company, if someone's telling you, if some professional allegedly is telling you that all you got to do is change the song to be more like this and more marketable, why wouldn't you do it?
But then it's not him. Then it's not coming from him.
Yeah,
maybe.
but who cares at this point? How long have you been
So
doing
you're
it?
just
10
in this
years?
for the money. You're just going to make the money and run.
At some point, you have to make that decision. Yes, I think.
You do, but
Well,
also
compromise is supposedly like a sort of virtue, and I don't necessarily possess it or employ it very much, unless it's like, well, I've got to work at this job that I might not agree about everything with, but it pays me money. I'll compromise my views and preferences maybe for that, but I'm not going to compromise the one thing that's supposed to be purely from your being, I can't do that.
Good answer, Dale.
To make it into a product.
Good answer. I agree with you.
You look like you were laughing. What were you giggling about? You guys are
John
giggling.
is making me laugh.
He does have a funny face.
And I was also that's for another time.
What? Oh. I'm sure Dale might be interested in sharing whatever you were thinking.
It really wasn't. It
All
was
right.
the time. Well, okay, never mind.
Now, Dale, what's up next for you? Are you playing any shows or anything that you want to plug? Or
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, he's in Trent, New Jersey. If anybody's in Trent, New Jersey, and you're listening to this, you have the chance to see this guy live pretty much all the time. So, I mean, if you actually like this interview and like the music that we played, which I don't see why you wouldn't, because I think it's pretty awesome, you definitely should go support this guy, because he's barely supporting himself, it sounds like.
Didn't you break your back?
He's barely supporting himself.
Would you ever come to Indy? Have you come to Indy and done any shows?
I have not come to Indiana.
You should. Come do a show at Chris's parents' house.
I will. I plan on it. I'm
Yeah,
figuring
come in the
some things
studio
out,
and be
I
on
think.
the Chris Break show. You could play some songs.
Now that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Dude, that would be cool.
Yes,
should
come
do
do
that.
that.
Yeah.
We'll get you a bus
Because Chris
ticket.
Break wouldn't recommend. Chris Break wouldn't say that I should maybe cut this piece of the song out or whatever, unless of course they had profanity in it.
No, he loves your Belinda Belt Loosely song. He plays it for everybody. It's like, you got to listen to Dale. You got to listen to Belinda Belt Loosely and the song about shaving the private parts and whatnot.
That's all he
I just
focuses
like the
on.
dirty
Apparently,
words.
I like
I know.
Robot
I love
Woman.
the intro. The intro to that, the Digital Wiccan, is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, that's how many girls do you piss off by saying that part at the end where she's getting fat.
Well, there's another story. There's a wonderfully renowned college radio station out here called Princeton Radio, and it's a college station. And the girl, it was a girl that was the program director. I met her and talked to her, and she was interested in the music, and so I gave her Digital Wiccan and several other albums, and within, I think, a day and a half, she sent me back an email that it was the most offensive thing she'd ever heard in her life. It was completely misogynistic. She's a feminist and all this stuff, and I lost all chances of being played not only on her program, but being played on that ever.
Wow.
And that was one small ambition I had, which was like, I heard some of the music that got played on this station, and I said, well, why can't that be on there? But,
Sarah, do you find that misogynistic, what you heard?
I actually didn't hear Digital
Probably
Wiccan.
lost her on the intro to that. Probably.
I didn't hear Digital Wiccan. I have not heard that
I'm
yet.
sorry, Dale. I did not play the
Can we
intro
play
to
that?
it. Yeah.
Because it's only like a minute, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and play right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And get Dale's actual.
We'll get a round table.
I'm fairly
Yeah, here we go.
open-minded about things.
Now we've only
not
got
that bad.
we've only
It's
got
like a
6
male
more minutes with
perspective.
Dale left here.
Uh-oh.
So it'll be plenty of time. If I can. click
Digital
this,
Wiccan
right?
coming at you real quick, and we're going to get a round table going
Wait, is this it?
afterwards.
Yeah.
Digital Wiccan, Dale
Okay.
J. Gordon.
Behold, the digital Wiccan, running vocal apps, loosening her mind and her belt, casting spells upon a cell phone screen, pushing a man's buttons long distantly, affecting from afar the emotions, clock-eating you. Waste a man's time and lure him by his wallet. She wants to believe in love, so that's what she calls it. A return phone call means so much to a toy-loving lady. to a gadget-loving gal. Proves that you love her. Gets rid of the maybe. Maybe is a bad. A digital Wiccan casting spells by pushing buttons that causes beeping and vibrating in a young man's blue jeans. So vague is the language that she uses. This practitioner of magic is so abusive. The young man's day is going fine until she shoots him a little message. Sends his pants a-shaking. Nothing is confirmed and everything is a question. What does she mean by that? What does she mean by that?
You're getting fat.
She's getting fat. Oh,
You're
she's getting
getting
fat.
fat.
Who
You are
cares?
getting fat.
She's getting
You've
fat.
gotten fatter since we
She's
met. I'll
getting
tell you that.
fat.
You're getting fat.
You're getting fat. You're getting fat.
Wow, wait for it.
Every time we break.
Well,
Yeah, what a great intro right there. That is
I just want to find an excuse to play Belinda Belt Loosely. I'll tell you what this relates to, Belinda Belt Loosely.
You know what?
That's not the intro, you guys. That's the fourth track.
Well, how come it's on track 4 and 5 here on my on the CD
Yeah,
that I?
It's a separate
Copy.
track, I guess is what he's saying. You did not envision that as an intro?
The intro is similar, but it's its own track. It's called Virtual Ritual. It has the chanting in the background and
Right.
the bass line from the USA, and it has the slide guitars from Private Hell.
You're right. That was the
And
first song
different-
off the album. I totally fucked up your track by.
No, what about the she's getting fat at the end? Is now how I took that, it was just like the psychosis of a female, and the frustration you felt with trying to decode her digital Wiccan messages.
Well-
what is that?
You're exactly right.
Right.
There's
guys
no way
lost
that
me.
I'm exactly right.
Yeah, no. That
you're
is
exactly
because
right.
she's
And I
confusing.
appreciate the cool video you made too, John.
Hey, you're welcome. We like you down here in Indianapolis, Dale J.
I
like
was
the
not
video with the
offended
Simpsons
by
in it.
that.
Yeah, Sarah, do you think that and you
No, because I actually agree with him. Like, I think a lot of girls are like that. I think a lot of girls use that to keep a guy on the string, not let him know what's really going on. Like, so I wasn't offended by that at all. I think a lot of girls are very cryptic.
Yeah, cryptic, good word.
Yeah.
What does she mean
It
by
just
that?
seems
I
like
have
it's
no
it
idea.
seems
I
like
never
it's
know.
in the female's nature to use devices that shield intentions. It's
I don't know. I
inception
think
of
it's
them.
easy for a
Even
female
just
to
the
do
telephone
that
itself. I mean,
because I think a
girls
male
like to be on
falls
the
for
phone
it
more than
quite
guys.
easily.
They go hand in hand. The male falls for it, so
But
the female
I
doesn't.
personally am pretty transparent. I try not to do that, even though I know that I could.
That's very nice of you, sexy Sarah.
Thank you.
Sexy Sarah totally looked like she just rolled her eyes. Like, she
What?
looked-
I
she
did
looked
not.
at-
Dale, you
she
don't
was
know
looking
me.
me in the face, and her eyes went to the
Whatever.
left over there. Maybe she was just
What?
posing for a
Please.
selfie, like
Hey.
Dale J. Gordon talks about in USA.
You know what? I
Still
have a
has the
boyfriend that
beer
lives
in
far
her
away,
hand.
so
That's not a boyfriend.
Does he?
That's a
Yep.
pen pal with a dick.
I thought that. Wow.
Sorry, I'm just
you
saying.
are an
no, Dale's,
asshole. No, that pisses me.
Dale-
See, that is what pisses me off, Dale,
Show's
right
over
there. Chris,
with.
break. Oh,
No,
oh yeah, that's okay.
Dale's making me crazy over here. He's making me say these things like this because I'm listening to his music,
don't
and
like
it just
that.
makes
That made me
it just makes me look at women. I mean, you know what, Dale? Your music makes me look at women in a whole different way, and I don't know if it's positive or not.
Dale, do you have a
That's
positive
good.
outlook on females?
Now, why do you think that's good? Don't you think there's one
Okay,
female
He
out?
said a different light. He said a different light. He didn't say anything bad.
But you.
But it may
okay.
not be good.
But he said it might not be good, and you're like,
Yeah, I
that's
don't-
good.
Oh no, I thought
The
yeah.
truth is almost never pretty.
That's true.
True. The truth hurts. It's cold.
And also, a successful relationship would hopefully not have these games and these mind games and these. Is she going to be shaven or not? These things shouldn't matter.
What are you talking about? That's the only thing that matters. All right, Dale, it's been really good talking to you. Well, you're welcome back here anytime.
From the Chris Brake Show podcast.